Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And we got the second game of this series between the Philadelphia Phillies and Atlanta Braves. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading off, playing right field is McBride. Batting second, playing short is Bella. Batting third, playing center field is Maddox. Batting fourth, playing left field is Lazinski. Batting fifth, playing third base is Hebner. Batting sixth, playing first base is Cardinal. Batting seventh on the catching is Boone. Batting eighth, playing second base is Sizemore. And the lefty, batting ninth on the mound, Jim KAAT. And for the hometown Atlanta Braves, we have leading off, playing shortstop Jerry Royster. Batting second, playing center field, Bunnell. Batting third, playing right field is Matthews. Batting fourth, playing left field is Burris. Batting fifth, playing third base is Horner. Batting sixth, playing first base is Murphy. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Pokeroba. Batting eighth, playing second base is Hubbard. And on the mound, the righty, batting ninth is Rick Camp. Let's get down here to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium and get this game started. And they'll lead it all for the Phillies is McBride. Batting 242. He's got 3 homers and 23 RBIs. This is Rick Camp's fourth start of the year. He's been in 23 games. He's 1-7 with 5 saves and a 7.42 ERA. Here's the pitch to McBride. And that's going to be a 8 against the righty, 7. That's going to be a base hit. And left field, McBride gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And the Phillies are going to play some hit and run here with Larry Bella batting 290 on the year, 2 homers, 37 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And with the hit and run, the probably only play is going to be the first. Yep, the only play will be at first. I probably kept him out of a double play. And McBride gets in the scoring position with Mr. Maddox up. Gary's batting 276, 9 homers and 57 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And that'll probably be fielding column 3. And that's going to be first on air. Runner to third. So that's going to be an E8. So now you got first and third. They need a double play in a worse way here with the bull up. Lazinski, first and third, 1 out. Runners on the corner. Lazinski's batting 190, struggling here in 1978. He does have 16 home runs though and 45 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So that'll load up the bases. Any good part, that's a force at any base now. Might be a little easier to turn too, with Hebner up now. And Richie batting 328. Direct opposite of Lazinski, having a nice 1978 year with 7 homers and 38 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. McBride's got great speed out there. A 23 and a 2 will be fielding column 1. That'll be a 45. See if there'll even be a throw at the plate. And a 30. Let's see here. What would it be to get the second here? And that would be a 38. A 23 to get him a second. I get him a third. So they're not going to throw home, but that's going to be a sacrifice fly. McBride's going to stay at second. Doesn't want to get thrown out at third. So it'll be first and second. 1 run in. And Cornell's due up. Jose's batting 260. He's got 2 homers and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a pitcher. 51 and a 1. That's going to be a rare play. First and second. Rare play. On a 37. Have to re-roll some dice. A 46 and a 37. And that's going to be a team. And the team is going to be a triple to center field. Now, triple to center field. Clears the bases, folks. Bust this game wide open. Jose with a triple to center field as Barry and Matthews don't play that at all well. And it's now 3-0. Phillies with a runner on third. Camp can't get around the mess. Runner at third, 2 outs. Bob Boone's up batting 260 with 5 homers and 33 RBIs. And that's going to be a 9 against a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Jeff Burris makes the catch, but 3-run score. And makes this a 3-0 game before the Braves even come to the plate. The Braves will have Royster, Bunnell, and Matthews due up. As you can see, the team replay comparison. The Phillies are 48 and 48 and 34. They have struck out 459 batters. They've walked 287, given up 134 doubles and 24 triples. The Braves are 31 and 54. They have struck out 447 batters, walked 261, giving up 121 doubles and 26 triples. Jerry Royster's batting 261 with no homers and 22 RBIs. Jim KAAT on the mound, making his 12th start of the year, his 13th game. He's 7-3, no saves with a 3.08 ERA. Here's the pitch to Royster. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Lozinski makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Barry Bunnell comes to the plate. Barry batting 221 with a homer and 13 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this off of Jim. See where this lands at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So the Braves got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here comes the big boys. Matthews is up now with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. Matthews is batting 253, 7 homers, 28 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Sorry, that's going to be a pop fly down the third. Hebner makes the catch. And there is 2 down. It's up to Jeff Burris to deliver here and cut this lead down. Burris batting 330 on the year with 14 homers, 57 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And the Braves strand 1 to the top of the second we go. 3-0 Phillies. You got Sizemore, Jim, and McBride due up. Ted's batting 174, no homers and 6 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. Drives that ball into the gap in right field. That'll be a leadoff double. So right away, the Phils are threatening. And Jim's not a bad hitting pitcher. Batting 115 on the year. They're going to let him swing, not try to bunt. Jim's 0 homers and 1 RBI on the year. And that's going to be a 8 against 11. And pays off. That's a single in the center field. Sizemore with nobody out is going to stop at third. So you got runners on the corner, nobody out, and McBride's up. And it's already a 3-0 game. Braves are going to play back for the double play. McBride singled and came around the score in the first. And that's going to be a base on balls, and that fills the bases. Not what you want to see here if you're a Braves fan. Now you got Larry Boa up. Everywhere you look, there's a Philly. You got Sizemore at third, KAAT at second, McBride at first, Boa at the plate, and he's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up, and that's going to be a 9 against a 7, and that's going to be a base hit over first base. See if Jim can score here. I doubt it. 38. Jim's got decent speed. 38. That's a 24 plus a 12. And there's still nobody out, so they're going to hold up. They're going to play station to station here. Nobody out. It's already 4-0, and that's getting the bullpen up for the Braves. Rick getting hammered here. Maddox is up. He's 0 for 1. Reached on an error and came around the score. And that ball is rocking it, and this might be it for Mr. Camp. Where's this one going to land at? And that ball is driven into the gap. And left field. That'll score 2, and with Larry's speed, he's probably going to score. That's probably going to clear the bases here. 42. And a 32. That'll be a 62 or lower. He scores. And he barely scores. A 62 on the dot. Maddox drives in 3 runs. Drives in 3 runs. And that'll do it for Rick Camp. He can't get out of the second inning. Doesn't even get an out. And it's now 7-0. Camp can't get out of the second inning. Ain't that awful? Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. You got a bunch of righties in there. And Eddie Solomon, I guess, is going to come out and pitch. Or are they going to go with Easterly? You know what? They're going to go with Jamie. Jamie's going to come out here and pitch. They're not going to use. Not going to use. Not going to use Solomon. And that's it for Camp. Ain't that awful? 1+ innings. Still got a runner down there. So, Jamie Easterly's going to come in the game. He's a lefty, though. We're not going to do that. I don't want a lefty in there. So they are going to go with Solomon. So I don't want a lefty in here. Solomon's going to come in. So it's going to be Eddie. Eddie is going to come in. Just realized Easterly's a lefty. So Eddie's going to come in here. He's going to try to eat up some innings here. So this is Solomon's 28th game. He is 1-3 with 1 save and a 5.57 ERA. 7-0 Phillies. Runner down at second. Nobody out. Lazinski's at the plate. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 7. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And see if Maddox can score on this. Maddox has got great speed. That'll be a 45. 30. They're going to send him. They're going to send him. What the hell? So it'll be a 56 or lower. He's safe, and he's in there. So it's an RBI single by Lazinski. And it's now 8-0. Hebner comes to the plate. And Hebner, he had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's not a sacrifice fly. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Greg Lazinski has just hit his 8th homer and has made this a 10-0 goodbye game. 10-0. These fans barely got to sit in their seat and turn out the lights. The party's over. Jose Cornero's up. He had a 2 RBI triple his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls, and they're just begging for an out here, folks. Just begging for an out. As Bob Boone comes to the plate, he's 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a 8 and an 8, and that's a single into left field. And still nobody out. And Sizemore started this inning off. Is back to the plate. He doubled to start this inning. First and second. Nobody out. They need to get an out somehow. Like I say, Teddy doubled to begin this inning. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Royster makes the catch against his other shortstop, and there's one down. Jim's up. Jim is going to try to sacrifice him over this time. And that's going to be a nice sacrifice. That's going to be bunted down the third. Well, let's make sure. That is a 9 against a 10. That might not be. That's going to be a... Nope, that's going to be a strikeout. He strikes Jim out. Can't get the bunt down. Now there's 2 outs. And McBride's up. He is 1 for 1. He has walked, singled, and scored both times. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Eddie finally gets him out of the inning, but not until 7 runs scored. And it's 10-0 Philadelphia. You got Horner due up, Murphy and Pocoroba. Bob's batting .212 on the year with 6 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. Murphy comes to the plate. And the Murph is batting .227 with 18 homers and 37 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jim strikes him out for out number 2. And Biff comes up. Pocoroba batting .235, 6 homers and 25 RBIs. And that's going to be a single into left field. Yep, a single in the left field. Pocoroba gets a hit here with 2 outs. And that brings up old Mother Hubbard, Glenn Hubbard. Glenn, first game he was 2 for 3 with a double against Mr. Carlton, batting .667. Here's the pitch to Hubbard. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Sizemore. He goes the short way over to second. That ends the inning. We go to the top of the third with Boa due up, followed by Maddox and Lazinski. And Larry's 1 for 2 with an RBI today. And that ball is well hit. Man, doesn't seem like it matters who's pitching. That ball is driven into the gap out in left center field. And again, they misplay it. And Loa's going to run for a while. And he's got himself a leadoff triple, folks. And they're going to try to cut the run off. Just practice a little bit, trying to get the runner out. You got Gary up. He's 1 for 2 with a double and 3 RBIs. He did reach base his first time on an air. He's been on base both times. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, a 56 and a 3. Will probably be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be popped up in foul territory. Horner makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Mr. Hebner. Richie 1 for 1 with an RBI single his last time up. Here's the pitch. Sorry, Lazinski's up, not Hebner. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes the ball out. And now there's 2 down. And now Richie Hebner's up. And Hebner is 1 for 1 with a homer and a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a ground ball. 46 and a 3. Still going to be fielding 3, I would imagine. Yes, it is. And that's another pop up in the foul territory. That ends the inning. The runner gets stranded at third with the lead-off triple. We go to the bottom of the third. You got Sullivan due up, followed by Royster and Bunnell. And Eddie's 0 for 2 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jim strikes him out for out number 1. Jerry Royster comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves will take it. They need runners in a worse way here. Barry Bunnell comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He doubled his first time up. And he gets a hold of this against the righty, against the lefty rather. A 6 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit. Line drive in the left field. And now the Braves got first and second, and 1 out for Sarge. Can Mr. Matthews get the Braves on the scoreboard 0 for 1 today? And that's going to be a ground ball down to Hebner. Now it'll be fielding column 3. And runners on first and second. They'll get the runner out at second. They'll get the runner out at second, and that'll be all they get. That'll be a 5-4 put out. Royster will end up on third. Matthews is down at first for Jeff Burris. Burris is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to McBride. And that'll end the inning. The Braves strand 2 to the top of the 4th we go in a 10-0 game. You got Cordero, Boone, and Sizemore due up here. Jose's 1 for 1. He has walked. And he's hit a 2 RBI triple. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Murph. He'll take it himself for out number 1. Boone comes to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. He is flown out and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Royster. And now there's 2 outs. And Mr. Sizemore comes to the plate. 1 for 2 with a double. And popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Sorry, down the second. Hubbard's got it. And a 1-2-3 fourth. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got Horner due up, Murphy, and Pocoroba. Bob's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Bob's on with a leadoff single. Brings up Murph now. Dale Murphy is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 5. And that's going to be a single. Back-to-back singles. The Braves making some noise here. And the 4th. Got a lot of noise to make, though. Pocoroba's up now. He's 1 for 1. One of the 5 hits. He singled his first time up. And that's not what the Braves wanted. And that's going to be a ground ball going to be a ground ball down the second. Sizemore's got it. He tosses it over to Boa, over to Cordero, and that's a 4-6-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and a runner down at third, and Glenn Hubbard's up. And Hubbard's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a runner down at third. On a 29. And that's going to be a ground ball. 29, a 46, and a 2. That might be fielding column 2. 46 and a 2, barely column 2. It's going to be a line drive right back to Jim. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. And the Braves strand another. To the top of the 5th we go. Jim will lead it off. He'll be followed by McBride in the ride and Boa. Jim is 1 for 2 today. He singled and struck out. And that's going to be against the righty. A 10 and a 9. And that's going to be popped up in the shallow left field. Sorry, shallow right field. And that'll be out number 1. And McBride in the ride comes up. McBride's 1 for 2. He is singled, walked, and struck out. And he gets a hold of this one off of Eddie. See where this one lands at. And that ball is driven into the third base line, goes the other way, and hits the chalk, and that's going to be a double. So 1 out double by McBride. Larry Boa comes to the plate with another runner in scoring position, 1 out. Larry's having a good game, 2 for 3 with an RBI single, and he tripled his last time up. And he gets a hold of this, and against the righty, that's going to be a single in the right field. That's a 5. That'll be a 46, and McBride should score easy. Yeah, McBride will score easy on the Boa single. And it is now 11-0 Phillies. Maddox is up with a runner on first. And 1 out. And Gary's 1 for 3 with a 3 RBI double in the game. And that's a ground ball down the third. 32 and a 3. And that's going to barely be fielding column 2. Get the runner out at second, unable to turn 2 though. So Gary's down at first, and is Gary going to turn the Jets on here? No, he's going to stay put. Lazinski's up. Lazinski's 1 for 2 today, and that's going to be a wow pitch. Eddie lets that one rip, bounces 10 feet in front of the plate. Maddox is down at second. It's 2 outs, and here's the 1-0 pitch to Bull. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Royster makes the play, and that'll end the inning. But the Phillies score 1, and it's 11-0 as we get to the bottom of the 5th, and that's going to be it for Eddie. He goes 4 innings. So that's it for Eddie. He's going to pitch hit here against the lefty. And it looks like Cito Gaston's going to come out of the dugout. Cito's going to pitch hit. There's Cito. And Cito's batting 202 on the year, 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jim strikes him out. And now there's one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Back to the top of the order we go. And Royster is 0 for 1. He did walk his last time up. And he gets a hold of this Jerry. See where he deposits this one at. And that ball is ripped in the left center field, deep left center. Maddox, the minister of defense, couldn't get to it. And that's going to be a triple by Royster. He's got a runner 90 feet away trying to get a run in here and get the goose egg off the board. Barry is 2 for 2 today. He is doubled and singled. Can he continue to hit well here? Nope, that's a swing and a miss. Jim strikes him out. Now there's 2 down. It's up to Matthews to get the job done. Matthews is 0 for 2. He has popped up and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a ground ball pop up down the third. Hebner's got it, and that'll end the inning. The Braves strand another one. Now we got to figure out who's going to come in the game here. And with Hebner up, they are going to bring in Easterly. So Easterly's going to come in the game. He'll face Hebner, Cordero, and Boone. And this is Easterly's 16th game. He is 2 and 3, no saves, and a 5.25 ERA. And Hebner's at the plate, and he is 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer and a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Round number 1. And Cordero's up. He's 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI triple. And he gets a hold of this, and that's going to be a base hit in the right field, I believe. Yep, in the right field. So a 1-out single by Jose. And Bob Boone comes to the plate. Braves could use a double play here. He's 1 for 3, singled in this game. And that's going to be a rare play. 36 with a runner at first. And a 12 and a 36. It's a 28. 12 and a 36. 17. And that's going to be down the third. A 22 and a 3. 22 and a 3. And that's going to be filling column 2. First on air, runner to second. That's going to be an E5 on Horner. Now you got first and second for Sizemore. And Ted's to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a double in this game. First and second. Can he get the ground ball, get out of this mess? Here's the pitch to Ted. And that's going to be a base on balls. And it's up to Jim here to get the job done. Base is full of Phillies. Jim's got a single in this game. He is 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit. Can you believe it? Everybody gets a hit. That's going to be a single in the left. Sorry, a single over first, not over third. And let's see here, with 1 out, Boone's going to stop. Yeah, Boone's going to stop at third. with his speed. And everybody's hitting, folks. Can't do nothing wrong here. Base is still full. McBride's up. He's 2 for 3 with a double in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Horner. And a 44 is going to be fielding column 3. And he's going to take it himself, Horner is. Step on the bag. 1 run will score. So now you got first and second. And a 12-0 ball game. Sorry, 13-0. I forgot about the other run already scoring on Jim's base hit. Larry's up having a hell of a game. 3 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He'll fire over to second, and that'll end the inning. But the Phillies scored 2 more and make it 13-0. We go to the bottom of the sixth here. You got Burris, Horner, and Murphy. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Jeff is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a base hit. Let's see where this one goes to. And that ball is ripped into the gap. That'll be a leadoff double by Burris. Can the Braves get a run across here, folks? Nobody out, runner in scoring position. Just get on the board. Bob Horner's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field for out number 1. Brings up the Murph now. Can Murph drive in Jeff from second? Murphy's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be another fly ball out the minister of defense. Now there's 2 down, and that's up to Biff Pokeroba. And Biff is 1 for 2. He singled and grounded into a double play his last time up. That's going to be a ground ball down to Larry. And he'll fire over to first. Actually, it's going to be a pop-up down to Larry. And that'll end the inning. Braves strand another one. To the top of the 7th we go. Maddox due up, followed by Lazinski and Hebner. And Maddox is 1 for 4. A double and a 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Out number 1. Lazinski comes up. He's 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI today. You can see the team comparisons here. Phillies 48 and 34. They've scored 379 runs on 63 homers. 54 stolen bases have been caught 27 times. Braves 31 and 54. Scored 322 runs on 65 homers. Stolen 34 bases and been caught 18 times. And the Bulls going to get a base hit here in the left field. So the Bulls on board here with 1 out. And Richie Hebner comes up now. And Hebner, he's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer and a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a 10 against the lefty. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And the Bulls stop at second. First and second, 1 out. Jose's up. Jose is 2 for 3 with a triple and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. They just can't get anybody out, folks. That's going to be a single in the center field. And let's see here. Can the Bulls score? That'll be a 56. $27. They're going to send him. Hebner's going to stop at second. They're going to send the Bull though. 27. 27 will be a 53 or lower. And they throw him out. Barry throws him out at the plate, folks. A single out the center. Runner's thrown out at the plate. Nice job by Barry. Now you got first and second. Two down now. And Boone's to the plate. Boone's 1 for 4 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He tosses it over to first. And that'll do it. We go to the 7th inning stretch and a 13-0 ball game. You'll have Hubbard due up, pitch hitter for Easterly, and then back to Royster. And Hubbard is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Maddox corrals it for out number 1. Let's see here. Easterly's done for the day. Craig will come in to pitch. Let's see who's going to pitch hit here. And Gilbreth, he'll come in to pitch hit here. Gilbreth trying to get something started here in the 7th. Where's Gilbreth at? And Rod's batting .214 on the year with a homer and 17 RBI. And he gets a hold of this, drives this ball in the left field. Sorry, in the right field for a 1-out single. Nice job by Gilbreth. And we're back to the top of the order in Jerry Royster. And Royster is 1 for 2 with a triple his last time up. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count. Can Jerry do something with this 2-0 pitch? And that's going to be an 8 against the lefty. 6. And that's going to be a base hit. And left field. Gilbert's will stop at second. He's trying to get aboard here. Barry Bonnell's up first and second. 1 out. Barry's done well. He's 2 for 3 today with a double. And that's going to be a ground ball, 64 and a 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Jose will fire down the second with Boa covering. And now you got first and third, 2 outs for Matthews. Can Matthews get the Braves on the darn scoreboard, folks? Matthews is 0 for 3 today. And he's 0 for 4. That's a lazy fly ball out to left. The Braves strand 2 more. To the top of the 8th we go. And Craig's going to come in the ball game to pitch. And this is Craig's 15th appearance. He's 2 and 3 with a 4.74 ERA. He's got Sizemore, Jim due up, and then McBride. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews for out number 1. Sizemore comes up. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI on the game. And that's going to be a rare play of 44 and a 36. That's going to be hit down to short. And a 34 and a 7. That'll be fielding column 3, and that's going to be a single through short. Royster can't get to it. So that's a single. And Jim's aboard again. Jim is 3 for 4 today. Wait a second. What did I do there? Sorry. Looked at the wrong card. That was a strikeout. Sorry about that. Looking at the wrong card. That should have been a strikeout. Strikes Jim out. Now we got McBride up. Now McBride is 2 for 4 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Craig's got it, tosses it over to first. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. You got Burris due up, followed by Horner and Murphy. Burris is 1 for 3 today. And here's the pitch from Jim. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That is Jim's 6th strikeout of the game to go with 1 walk. Horner comes up. He's 1 for 3 today. He's grounded out and flown out his other 2 times up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Bob Horner crushes this one. Gets the Braves on the board finally. 13-1. Bronx cheer comes across, but good job by Bob Horner. And Dale Murphy comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. And that ball is high. And that ball is far. Back-to-back jacks. How about that? And that gets the bullpen up. The Lurch is up. Randy Lurch is getting up in the pen. Biff Pokeroba's up. He's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a base on balls. And now Glenn Hubbard comes up. Only 1 out this inning. That's 13-2. Hubbard is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And that'll be out number 2. And that'll be it for Craig. And Campbell will come in to pitch. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. With the runner down there. It's going to be Cheney or Beal. Got the lefty. It's not going to be Bill. Joe Nolan's going to come off the bench here. No, Joe's not coming off the bench. Who's coming off the bench? It's going to be Cheney. Darryl Cheney's going to come off the bench. Runner on first, 2 out. Cheney will come off the bench. And Cheney's batting .227 with a homer and 9 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. Where's this one go at? That ball is driven into runner on first. That ball is driven into right field. Pokeroba will stop at second with his speed. And that's probably going to be it for Jim, I think. Royster comes up. They're going to pull Jim. Eastwood's going to come out of the bullpen here. Jim can't get out of this 8th inning. They don't want him getting hurt or nothing. He's starting to get beat around here. So that'll be it for Jim. 7 2/3 runners on base is still his responsibility. He's giving up back-to-back homers here. Eastwick's going to come in the game. And this is Eastwick's seventh appearance. He's 1-0 with a 3.6 ERA. Runners on first and second. Two down. Can Jerry Royster keep this going? And he might. That's a 7 against the righty. An 11. Yep, that's going to be a single in the left field. And even Pokeroba's going to score on this. So Pokeroba will score. And Cheney will stop at second. And just like that, it's now 13-3. Barry Bonnell's up with runners at first and second. And Barry, you can close the book on. No, you can't close the book on Jim yet. Barry's 2 for 4 with a double in this game. And that's going to be a 8 against a 9. That's another hit. That's a single in the center field. Cheney will score. Damn. And Royster will stop at second. And it's now a 13-4 ball game. How about this? 4 runs this inning. And that should close the book on Mr. Jim KAAT. Let's check here. Jim goes 7 2/3, gives up 12 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 2, and gave up 2 homers. And now you got Matthews up first and second, 2 outs. Matthews is 0 for 4 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the deep right field. McBride goes back near the track, makes the catch. And we go to the top of the ninth in a 13-4 ball game. And like I say, Dave Campbell will come in here to pitch the ninth. He'll have Boa due up, followed by Maddox and Lazinski. Larry is 3 for 5 today. And that's going to be a ground ball to his counterpart at short for out number 1. Gary Maddox comes up. And he's 1 for 5 with a 3 RBI double. And he gets a hold of this. Maddox wants an extra hit here. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. Another double by Gary. 1 out double, and the Bull comes up. And the Bull, he's 2 for 4 with an RBI in this game. Looking for another one here. And that's going to be a 10 against 5. And that's going to be a single. And Maddox will stop at third rather. So now you got first and third. Hebner's up. Braves will try for a double play, get out of this mess with nobody scoring. Hebner is 2 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty, a 6. And that's going to be a single in the center field. That'll score Maddox. And now you got first and second. Jose's up. And Jose's having a great game. He's 3 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burris for out number 2. And Bob Boone comes up. Booney's 1 for 5 today. And that's going to be a base hit probably. Yes, it is. That's going to be a single in the left field. The Bull's going to score, and Hebner's going to stop at second. And it's now 15-4. And Sizemore's up, still first and second. He's 1 for 4 with a double. And that's going to be a ground ball down the line drive down to Hubbard. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. To the bottom of the ninth we go in a 15-4 ball game. You got Burris due up, followed by Horner and Murphy. Jeff 1 for 4 with a double, and that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. That brings up Bob Horner, who hit a homer his last time up. Horner's 2 for 4 today, and that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a base hit in the left field. So Bob's down at first. And the Murph hit his 19th homer his last time up, leading the National League in home runs. Can he do it again here and make it an even 20? He's 2 for 4 today. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be a 10 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit. Line drive in the left field. And the Braves making some noise here in the 9th. Biff Pokeroba comes up. He'll bat from the left side for the first time today. First and second, he's 1 for 3. And that ball's well hit. Where's this one going to land at? That ball is driven into the gap. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Biff Pokeroba with a 3-run homer, folks. And just like that, he cuts the lead to 15 to 7. And now Mother Hubbard's up. Hubbard is 0 for 4 today. And that's going to be against the righty. 9 and a 8. That should be a base hit. And it is. That's a single in the left field. And that'll be it for Dave Campbell. We'll pitch it for Campbell here. See who's going to come off the bench. It's going to be Mr. Beal. Bob Beal's going to come off the bench. And that's going to get the bullpen up. And Lurch is getting up. Bob Beal's coming off the bench here. Got runners at first. 1 down. Braves already scored 3 here. And that's going to be a fly ball out to McBride. Braves are down to their last out. And up to the plate steps Jerry Royster. And Royster is 3 for 4 with a triple today. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be an 11 and a 9. And that's going to do it, folks. That is going to be popped up down the third. Hebner waits for it, makes the catch, and that's your ball game. The Braves finally come back in the late innings and lose this game 15 to 7. Take a look here at the box score. See what the Stars for. Phillies had 21 hits. The Phillies 15 runs, 21 hits, no errors. The Braves 7 runs, 18 hits, and 2 errors. Everybody had at least a hit. Sizemore was the only Philly without a multiple hit game. Look at that. 2 for 5, 3 for 6, 2 for 6, 3 for 5, 3 for 5, 3 for 5, 2 for 6, and the 1 for 5, and even the pitcher Jim KAAT was 2 for 5. Phillies were 11 for 25 with runners in scoring position. Richie Hebner with a homer, and they left 11 men on base. Look at that. The top of the order, Royster and Bunnell, both of them 3 for 5. Horner Murphy 3 for 5 with homers. Biff Pokeroba 2 for 4 with a homer. The Braves were 3 for 17. That's the difference in the ball game. 3 for 17 with runners in scoring position. Horner, Murphy, and Pokeroba, like I said, with homers. The Braves left 12 men on base. Jim KAAT goes to 8 and 3, 7 2/3, 12 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, struck out 6, and gave up 2 homers. Eastwick comes in an inning and a third, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 homer. Rick Camp gets the loss. He goes to 1 and 8, 1 inning plus, 6 hits, 8 runs, only 5 of them earned, walked 2. Eddie Sullivan comes in, pitches 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, struck out 3, and gave up a homer. Easterly comes in, 2 innings, 5 hits, 2 unearned runs, walked 1. Soak comes in, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Dave Campbell, 1 inning, 4 hits, 2 runs. Take a look at the rest of the National League here. First game up is going to be, oh, we forgot. Okay, first game up is going to be the Padres and the Cubs. And the Padres shut the Cubs out. 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Cubs 3 hits and 1 error. Then you got the Mets and the Reds. And the Mets win 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Reds 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Astros and the Expos. Phillies and them are tied. Phillies looking to get some help from the Astros here against these Expos. Take over first place by themselves. And the Astros do it. They shut out the Expos. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The Expos, no runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Phillies are in first place all by themselves. Giants and Pirates. That's a good pitching matchup. Vida Blue against Burt Blyleven. See what happens here in Pennsylvania. And the Pirates win. See what the Stars for. Is it a walk-off? Giants left 18 runners on base, and the Pirates with the walk-off. Let's see what inning it was. Was it extra innings? Sure was. It went 13 innings. Giants were up 2-0 in the 8th. In the 9th inning, the Pirates tie it. Giants go up in the 11th. The Pirates come back to tie it, and then they win it in the 13th. Let's see here. Let's see what happened here. In the 9th, here, you had a triple and a sacrifice fly. Then you had 3 singles in a row and an RBI single. In the 11th, it was an RBI single and an RBI single with nobody out in the 13th. And last but not least in the National League, the Dodgers and the Cardinals. And the Cardinals win 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. The Dodgers 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard in the National League. And the Phillies are now a half a game up on the Expos. The Pirates are 5.5 games back. The Cubs are 9 games back. The Mets are 18 games back, and the Cardinals 18.5 games back. The Giants are 5 games up on the Dodgers. The Padres are 7.5 games back. Astros 10.5. The Reds 16. And the Braves are 23.5 games back. Jack Clark's leading the league with a .338 batting average. The Murph with his 19 homers is leading the National League in homers. Steve Garvey with 76 RBIs. Steve Rogers is leading in 1.99 ERA with 14 wins. Raleigh Fingers has 19 saves for the Padres. George Foster's leading in the MVP voting, and Steve Rogers in the Cy Young. Let's see what the next pitching matchup in this series is going to be between the Phillies and the Braves. Game number 3 of this 3-game series. Dick Ruthen, who got traded to the Phillies earlier in the year from the Braves, going up against Preston Hanna. See what happens there. Advantage definitely Phillies. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already done so, hit that bell and like button. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.